think we learned that targeting is critical. All you have to do is I've been in this business 30 years. I've seen every broadband program that's come down the pipe. Almost all of them suffer from the same 4 or 5 critical errors, and then we make the same ones the next time. I mean, it's really quite remarkable, but we kind of know what they are. Targeting the neediest areas first. That sounds obvious, but you have to remember, these areas are neediest because they're cost prohibitive. They're neediest because they're economically unservable without some expenditure to close the gap. No one will go there. It's simply that the cost of the infrastructure is too high for the amount of revenue available in this space. So money doesn't really want to go there. I mean, money has a tendency to try to find its way to more economical markets and spaces, and if you let it, it will. And if you look at many, many past programs, what went wrong with that is a lack of focus, discipline, and rules that ended up allowing money to creep its way back into towns and cities and communities that had the economics to sustain them, and often to overbuild where existing broadband infrastructure existed. That's not because somebody's evil, because somebody wants a return. And if you let them, they will always migrate toward that use. It is incumbent on the regulator to not permit that secretion, that migration out of the area. I tell senators, if you don't want to be disappointed 5 years from now, spend all this money and wonder why you haven't closed the digital divide, this will be the #1 thing you better insist gets done correctly. And I think the complexity of the program with 50 different states administering it, it means 50 different jurisdictions, abiding by that discipline. I think that's the #1 thing we better get right, because I just have seen it 100 times.